Hey everybody, welcome. This is Danielle, Daniel Holistic Psych. I am an LCSW and Doctor of Clinical Psychology student and here to bring you a Brain Talk Tuesday. And today, this week, we're going to talk about turmeric. I am really excited. I've already talked about turmeric a little bit, but I've actually found more information about how beneficial it is on the brain. So I'm going to get started with you. But before I get started, please type in as you join me, either live or recorded. Please type in where you're from. And then I'm going to have you add an emoji of the animal that best describes you. These are fun little brain games I like to do on these Brain Talk Tuesdays, and I love to get to know you guys so much better. So as you join, yes, please comment and say hi, and the favorite animal emoji that describes you. That's what I want to see. I'm excited. It can be, a fake animal too, just an animal that describes you, like a unicorn, I mean. All right, you guys, so let's get started. Those of you who are new, please say hi. I would love to see who is new joining me. I do these Brain Talks every single week, 10 a.m. Pacific time, and then they're posted on YouTube afterwards if you want to go back and see my entire library of Brain Talks. I give you all sorts of subjects. For those of you that are new, please say hello and let me know that you're new. But this is a good time as well. You can share this video so people can understand the benefits of turmeric. On the brain is what I focus, but it's also, of course, amazing for the body. But our brain is our powerhouse. Our brain is the most important organ in the body. If your brain's not functioning, guess what happens? You're not functioning, right? Your brain is crucial, your brain health, and that's what we focus on every single week, how to bring you the best. So hello, and for somebody who is maybe on a computer, if you can be my scribe, which I like to call a commenter, please comment in the main tips that I give you, because it helps our brain remember when we can hear it, but then obviously we can see it typed in, and that will absolutely help. I love that you guys already love turmeric. I'm just seeing your comment, Donna. That's wonderful. I would also love for you guys to share your the benefits you've received from using turmeric essential oil, and we're going to talk about the difference. So let's dive in. So first of all, turmeric essential oil versus the spice. So curcuminoids is what comes from the spice, and they have very poor absorption, which is why you have to use a whole bunch, and people tell you it has to be paired with a fat or a black pepper in order for it to absorb, and it won't even be that effective. So turmeric essential oil comes from, it's called turmerones, okay? So turmeric essential oil comes from the same exact plant, but it's actually concentrate. So you don't need to take a huge amount, pair it with a fat or a black pepper. It actually absorbs readily into your body. And because essential oils are oily based, they can also surpass, including turmeric, the bilipid membrane around your cells. So our cells have a bilipid, which means two fat layers around it, which protects it from tons of environmental threats, okay? So essential oils, because they are so healthy for our bodies, and they have this chemistry that allows them to bypass that bilipid layer, they can go into the cell and work on the cell and benefit the cell. So that's why this is such a great delivery method to take turmeric essential oil versus the spice. You're going to get so many more benefits and a more concentrated amount. I'm going to share a story at the end, but I would love for you to type in and share your stories, as it just helps us get better ideas on what turmeric is doing for you and your loved ones. All right, so let's look at some of the properties it has, and I'm going to go into how and why. It has antioxidant properties, it's a regulator of inflammation, helps balance fungal and bacteria in the body, improves glucose metabolism. Okay, so this is metabolism, which is tied into your insulin and which is tied into weight. So this is really good that it can improve glucose metabolism. Activates a gene to protect the antioxidant effects that protect the mitochondria. Okay, so turmeric itself, so this is what I love about essential oils. It itself doesn't just provide like some oils that, like lavender, for example, is one we're going to talk about today for a minute as well, but it doesn't, provide melatonin for the body. Lavender is not melatonin, but it helps the body to do what it needs to do to produce the melatonin that you need to relax, okay? So that's what I love about essential oils. So turmeric, what it does is it activates a gene to produce an antioxidant effect that goes in and protects the mitochondria of our cells. Amazing. And the other thing, and this is I'm going to go into a little bit, Turmeric has been shown to have an ability to increase BDNF. So if someone who's my scribe, maybe my commenter, you can write that down, and I'm going to explain to you what is BDNF. Anybody know? Let's see if anybody knows what BDNF is. So it is brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which is a process that helps create new neurons and protect existing neurons. That's what turmeric has the ability to do. Isn't that cool? So it's this BDNF is, again, I'll say it again, brain-derived neurotropic factor, and it increases this process in the body, okay, that helps create new neurons, so neural stem cells, and protect existing neurons. Again, remember, brain is the most important organ. If your brain is not functioning well, your body's not going to function well. In fact, over about 40% of what you eat, those nutrients, whether they're nutritious or not, right, get taken to the brain. That's why when people say, if you change your diet, you'll change your brain, because the gut-brain connection is huge. If you want to improve mood, if you want to improve, brain health overall, it starts with the gut. And that's why I love that we can take this turmeric essential oil. You can take it internally. That's the best way to apply it for the brain, is internal. I'm going to talk about that. So BDNF, I'm going to go back to that. That brain-derived neurotropic factor is a natural regulator of inflammation in the brain. So I'm sure it's the body as well, but this is all brain stuff that I'm giving you. So turmeric, okay, helps increase BDNF. Thank you, Peggy, for typing that in, and Maria. So BDNF, it helps increase that, and then BDNF is a regulator of inflammation in the brain. So a lot of times when we're having brain fog or just feeling like different moods or easily irritable, right? It can be from too much inflammation. We talk about inflammation in the body, but we don't talk about inflammation in the brain that much. But the brain is what communicates to the entire body. So this is a huge thing to be able to have something so small like this that was going to reduce inflammation that's blocking neural communication, that blocks neural communication to the entire body. Okay, so I'm going to go on. One research study I found on aromatic turmerones specifically, right, showed that it regulated chronic inflammation in the brain from oral administration. It protected memory, which is really key, right? So from this was mice that they did this on, and it lowered the release of the inflammatory mediators, and it limited brain damage in the mice. I feel bad for these mice, but I'm not the one doing this on hurting them. But again, they're showing how when they used a turmeric essential oil, not just the, this is specifically on turmeric essential oil, they showed after causing some, let's just say some damage on the mice's brain, that it protected their memory compared to controls, and it helped normalize glucose metabolism, and it limited the brain damage that happened when they were doing this study. So I love that. I just think that's amazing how turmeric, I don't love what they did to mice, but I love that turmeric, we can see how wonderful it is on protecting our brain. Okay, so in summary, I'm going to give you some benefits here. Turmeric, great for memory. Okay, that it's huge, and this is just something to do as a protective factor. It has neuroprotection, so protecting those neurons and the processes in the brain that help communicate to the entire body. Neuroregeneration, so that's that BDNF, which is helping the body to stimulate new cell growth. Promotes healthy production of neural stem cells. Improves mental and clarity focus, which obviously if it's protecting memory, it's reducing, or it's regulating, I should say, inflammation, we're going to have more focus and mental clarity, right? It also reduces the effects of oxidative stress, relieves body discomfort, and I'm going to share a story about that. Helps improve and just maintain cardiovascular health. Also has a prebiotic potential. So what that means is it helps prepare the gut to help good bacteria flourish. So that's what's really important. So we take probiotics, which actually give our gut good bacteria. But then what it does is it has a prebiotic potential. It helps to protect the whole gut environment so that probiotics can flourish in there. So I would suggest taking it with your probiotic. Helps in digestion, and it helps with the digestion of carbs and glucose. to maintain healthy blood sugar levels in the body. So you can see there's so many benefits. Are you guys like running and grabbing your turmeric to take it now? I know I do. When I study this things, I'm like, oh my gosh, running to my kitchen, taking this stuff. So here's some ways to use it. And one thing I find that there's so many amazing oils for us. And in order for me to have good habits in using them, I put them in places where I will be taking them. So I have certain ones in my bathroom that I put on my hair, certain ones that I put under my tongue before I brush my teeth that are by my toothbrush, certain ones by my bed at night that I just want to put on before bed, and then certain ones in my kitchen that are right by my veggie capsules so that I will take them internally. If I have to like think about it and go find it, I won't do it as much. So this is why really important putting your oils easy places for you to utilize and just get the best benefits, because consistency is the key. So ways to use your turmeric essential oil. So 2 drops daily in a veggie capsule. And it's a great complement to your DDR Prime, which is your damaged DNA repair supplement. And again, this is just amazing for your cellular health. And like I'm talking about, my focus is brain health. It also is great if you can inhale it. I think it smells a little off. I don't love the smell at all. I'm not gonna lie here. I'm gonna be real here. But it has some benefits if you can inhale it. When you inhale something, just like especially peppermint, you can tell, when you inhale it, it goes to your brain through your neuroolfactory pathways and stimulates the brain to say communication. Hey, we need this. We need you to do this, body. And kind of gives it that energy boost it needs to do what to get healthy, right? And to maintain health. So when inhaling it, these little tiny compounds, and it's like peppermint when you inhale it, it's like it's almost like you can feel peppermint up in your upper respiratory. That's what it does though, is it actually those tumerones, right? Those aromatic tumerones get inhaled and they travel and actually stimulate the brain. So if you can handle the smell, it's a great way to get immediate to the brain, and I highly recommend doing it. I love the capsules well, and I inhale it when I'm just doing it that way. Okay, another thing is add to foods. So one way that I like to add spices and essential oils to my foods is I will first cook my foods. Let's say I'm using a wok, okay? So I cook all of my vegetables inside of that wok with maybe some cauliflower rice. That's what I use because I don't do grains. So I use all of this inside my wok, and then what I'll do is once it's all pretty much cooked and I can lower the heat to a low level, I'll take the lid off, and the lid's all steamy. I'll put my drops of essential oil on the lid. So I love to cook with turmeric, and I put it in there. I'll also do some lemongrass I put on there. So then black pepper, and I put it on the lid, and then and the lid's all steamy. So then I put it back on and it steams into my food. So I love cooking that way with my oils, and then it's on a low heat. So again, you're getting the flavor, but you're still preserving the medicinal compounds, right? Those beneficial compounds for the brain. Another great way you can use it, and I see great questions coming in, you guys. What I love to do, just for those of you that are new, I'll go back and answer questions as I type them in. So please keep asking them. Please keep your questions coming. That's great. And also, just on a side note, the 4th Tuesday of the month, which is next Tuesday, I do a full Q&A. So my entire Brain Talk Tuesday is live Q&A, and I just look and answer the top 10 to 12 questions. Perfect. Okay, so back to turmeric. So if you do 2 drops in a veggie capsule, and then you do 2 drops of pink pepper, this helps intensify that healthy cellular function that we're looking for in our bodies to really protect those cells. So I'm going to just share a little story, and then again, I would love to hear your stories. But for me, I've been using, ever since I learned the benefits, because it takes a lot for me to go out of my way to do a whole extra supplement, like a veggie caps, because I got all my supplements, I take them, and then it's like, oh my gosh, now I've got to go and do a whole nother supplement. So it takes a lot for me to do a whole nother supplement, but this one, I do it every single day. That's how motivated, that's how much I love this. So I take a veggie cap, and I'll put the turmeric in it, and then just with my pink pepper, and digest it right after my food. So one thing is, I had a friend come over, and she'd been having some back discomfort, pretty bad anyway, for about 3 months. And she'd done different oils, and they'd helped a little, eased it, which is great. But then we ate dinner, and I was like, here, just try this, because I always do it after dinner, and I share it with people, my little habits. So I gave her a little a capsule of 2 drops turmeric. I did 2 drops of frankincense in it, and I did 2 drops of green mandarin. So if someone wants to type that little recipe in, it's 2 drops turmeric, 2 drops frankincense, and 2 drops of green mandarin. And I just said, I don't know if it'll help, but this is what I've been taking. And so because I get some sciatica discomfort. So I gave it to her, and she took it. And then the next day she decided to try it again. So she did. And guess what? By that 3rd day, so only 2 days of taking it, her back discomfort went away. She says she was twisting and moving in all these ways and trying to feel it, and she couldn't feel any more back discomfort. That's so crazy. It helped her. And so all she's doing is 1 capsule a day. And that helped her back discomfort. Isn't that amazing? So that is the power of an aromatic turmeric, right? Turmerones versus the oil, or versus the spice, the oil versus the spice. It has so many great benefits. So would love to see a couple things in the comment box. One is how you're using turmeric, what it's done for you. The second thing is, what's your biggest takeaway? What did you learn, like an aha moment you had on here from either what I said or something that someone typed in? Because that's really, it helps our brains, again, when we hear what your biggest takeaway was. Like I saw Shelly typed in, using the oils on the lid of your wok. Like little things like that help our brain, again, to trigger that memory. We hear things 2 to 3 times, and it helps our brain remember things. So I'm really excited, you guys, for if you're on this live or watching this recorded today, which is November 20th, the week of Thanksgiving, doTERRA is actually offering us as a just beautiful thank you for the amazing, benefits that the oils have, but the amazingness that you guys have of sharing and using the essential oils. They're giving you a thank you gift. So when you order turmeric today on November 20th, you get a lavender oil for free. That's it. That's 21 or wholesale, 25 or so retail price for free. So that's a really good deal. Turmeric's about 28 wholesale. And then you'll get it's like buy one, get one free pretty much. You get a lavender oil. And lavender, I could do about 5 days worth of the benefits of lavender, right? Lavender, though, my favorite way of using it is at nighttime. I use it every single night before I go to bed on the bottom of my feet, and then I just put it on my hands and inhale it, and it relaxes me. And I notice a difference when I don't use it. I feel like I sleep a little bit more restless. So this is my favorite thing. My other favorite use, which is because for some reason I'm clumsy in the kitchen. I burn myself all the time. So I have used this on myself whenever I have burned myself, and it takes that discomfort away right away. And in fact, one last story. I have a cute little kitty cat. Maybe I'll show you on the video at the end here. So stay tuned and I'll show you. She's sleeping hilariously right now. But anyway, she for some reason loves the fire when I turn on the gas stove, and she sticks her head in it, and she has burned herself on the stove countless times. I keep my lavender right there, and I actually can use it directly on her, and it has eased her little burns. So as you can see, the essential oils have so many uses, and it's preventative. Obviously, this is the key, right? Just keeping the body healthy, and that's what oils do, is they help keep your body healthy. So thank you again for watching. Great to hear your feedback on the takeaways that you got from this, and thanks for sharing as well this video. Okay, I'll show you my cute little kitty cat, but we will see you guys next week on my Brain Talk Tuesday. I'm going to talk about yarrow palm. I have been loving this. I cannot wait to share more brain benefits of yarrow palm. So here's my cute little kitty cat, and thanks again for joining, you guys. We'll see you next time. Here you go. She's hilarious. Look at this. Look at her leg. She's sleeping, having a fun day. All right, you guys, have a great day. Bye.